Welcome back to The Art of. My name is Elizabeth, and I am so thankful that you are here once again. Every time you join me, it feels like we are building a gentle path together, one step at a time. A path toward living more fully, more peacefully, more truthfully. Today, I want to share something that has been deeply important in my own life and in the lives of many people I have spoken to. It is something that can be difficult to learn, but once you do, it changes everything. Today, we explore the art of boundaries. When you hear the word boundaries, what comes to mind? For many people, it sounds harsh. It sounds like pushing people away, or being selfish, or building walls. But that is not what true boundaries are. Boundaries are not about rejecting people. They are about respecting yourself. Boundaries are the invisible lines that protect your time, your energy, your values, and your heart. Without boundaries, life feels heavy. You may find yourself always saying yes when you really want to say no. You may feel drained because you are constantly giving and never receiving. You may feel invisible because people do not see or respect your needs. And slowly, without even realizing it, you begin to lose yourself. I know this feeling very well. There was a season in my life when I thought being kind meant always saying yes. I believed that in order to be loved and accepted, I had to give endlessly, even when I was exhausted. On the outside, I seemed fine. I was smiling. I was helping. I was present for everyone. But inside, I was burning out. I was running on empty. I was carrying resentment, though I tried to hide it. That was the moment I realized kindness without boundaries is not kindness. It is self-neglect. Boundaries are a form of self-love. They say, I value my time, my energy, and my well-being enough to protect them. And the beautiful part is this. When we protect ourselves, we actually have more to give to others. Imagine pouring water from an empty cup. It is impossible. But if you keep your cup full, you can share freely without resentment. Think about the last time you said yes, when you truly wanted to say no. How did it feel? Maybe you felt tired. Maybe you felt taken for granted. Maybe you felt invisible. Now think of a time when you honored your limits, when you said no gently and stood firm. How did that feel? Probably lighter, freer, more peaceful. That is the gift of boundaries. Boundaries can take many forms. Sometimes it is physical, like needing personal space. Sometimes it is emotional, like not wanting to engage in negative conversations. Sometimes it is time-related, like saying no to commitments when your schedule is already full. And sometimes it is digital, like turning off your phone so you can rest. One of the most powerful lessons I have learned is that boundaries are not just about others. They are also about ourselves. Sometimes we need to set boundaries with our own habits. Maybe you need to limit how much time you spend scrolling on your phone. Maybe you need to step away from overworking. Maybe you need to stop allowing your inner critic to speak so loudly. Boundaries are not only outward, they are inward too. Now, I know setting boundaries can be scary. You might worry that people will be upset, that they will misunderstand, that they will leave. And yes, sometimes they do. Sometimes when you begin to value yourself, the people who benefited from your lack of boundaries will resist. They may call you selfish. They may try to guilt you. This is why boundaries require courage. But here is the truth. The people who truly love and respect you will honor your boundaries. They will see you know and still value you. They will understand that your limits are not rejection. They are respect. And the people who cannot accept your boundaries may not be meant to stay so close to your life. I once spoke to someone who told me, when I finally started setting boundaries, I lost some relationships. At first, it hurt. But over time, I realized that I had not really lost anything. I had only cleared space for healthier connections. That stayed with me. Boundaries may feel like loss in the beginning, but in reality, they create space for growth, peace, and true connection. Let us talk about guilt, because guilt often shows up when we set boundaries. Many of us are raised to please others, to avoid conflict, to sacrifice ourselves in the name of love. Saying no feels uncomfortable. We feel guilty for putting ourselves first. But let me remind you of something. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. If you collapse, who will you be able to care for? Boundaries are not the opposite of love. They are part of love. Boundaries also teach others how to treat us. If you always accept disrespect, people will continue to disrespect you. If you never speak up, people will assume you are okay with being ignored. But when you calmly and clearly show your boundaries, people learn that you value yourself, and they begin to value you more. So how can we practice the art of boundaries in daily life? Let me share some gentle steps. The first step is awareness. Notice where in your life you feel drained, resentful, or uncomfortable. Those feelings are signals that a boundary may be needed. The second step is clarity. Decide what you truly want or need in that situation. Do you need rest? Do you need respect? Do you need space? Be clear with yourself first. The third step is communication. Boundaries need to be expressed kindly but firmly. Sometimes it is a simple no, I cannot do that right now. Sometimes it is, I need some time for myself this weekend. Sometimes it is, I am not comfortable with that conversation. Clear communication is key. The fourth step is consistency. Boundaries are not one-time actions. They are ongoing practices. If you set a boundary but then ignore it, people will not take it seriously. Consistency builds respect. And the fifth step is compassion. Setting boundaries is not about being cold. It is about being honest and respectful to yourself and to others. You can say no with kindness. You can step back with love. You can protect your peace without losing your humanity. As you listen now, I want you to pause and ask yourself, where in my life do I need stronger boundaries? Maybe it is with a friend who drains you. Maybe it is at work where you feel overwhelmed. Maybe it is with your family, where expectations are too heavy. Or maybe it is with yourself, where old habits are stealing your peace. Wherever it is, know that you have the right to draw the line. Boundaries are not walls. They do not keep love out. They keep harm out. Boundaries are like doors. They allow the good in, and keep the harmful out. They give us control over what we allow into our lives. As we close this episode, I want you to carry this with you. Boundaries are a form of love. Love for yourself. Love for your future. Love for the relationships that matter most. When you set boundaries, you are not pushing people away. You are making space for healthier, truer connections with others and with yourself. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Remember, you are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to honor your needs. You are allowed to say no. And in doing so, you open the door to a life of balance, respect, and freedom.